Now it's official. Welcome to Casita, good morning. Today our journey back home begins, and I don't think there's anything that makes me more excited than that. Honestly, I love coming back and being in Venezuela, even though a lot has happened. I'm not sure if I dare to talk about it in this video. I'm not sure if I dare to make a video at all. But it's kept me up at night. It's 7 in the morning now. So join me on this whole journey from France to our little house. You never get used to these induction stoves where you literally put something on and in 3 seconds the pan is already boiling hot. A king? This is my breakfast, not because I'm fit, but because it's all we had left for the last day.
Bad. The coffee around here.
Look at this thing, it's snowing on the last day. Look at our car and everything. Out there, it's like a giant white carpet. It looks like it's dry. We'll see in a moment because sometimes the temperature drops a lot and the glass freezes. So, there are 2 ways to clean it. Either with a little plastic scraper that you gently scrape like this, or by pouring hot water on it. Since we don't have the plastic scraper, that's the one we'll have to use. But if it's really dry, just use the windshield wiper. That's it. Let's put the suitcases away.
Look, we brought this suitcase to make videos about ours and compare how comfortable ours is, but we worked so much that we didn't record anything at all about the suitcase. I'm disappointed.
This is one of the main reasons why I hate wheeled suitcases. Sure, here the snow is soft, but imagine if the snow layer was high. You have to be like this, literally with a suitcase weighing over 20 kilos, it's horrible. I mean, you end up completely messed up. Seriously, you start to feel pain on the other side of your body, your spine like this.
I don't deny it. That's why I let him do it, because he's stronger than me.
On the other hand, our little suitcase, the one for the 2 of us, looks like it's been used for 10 years, but it's actually only a year old. The airports have worn it down.
Airports don't take care of it. But I think that's the charm of the yellow color.
It has these handles. You can see the experience. You can see the wheel. You can see that you're a travel agent. You put these little handles on it.
Which is also super fast, yes.
Just a minute and watch out. It's not 100% necessary to put them on.
I take them off for that very reason, because airports are a serious thing.
But look, see, you put these little handles here. If you put this here, wham, here, look, wham, see? You can put the bag on.
You have to carry 23 kilos, it's too much, yes. But when the terrain demands it, you have the option, it's quick.
I mean, literally, it's quick. And look, this isn't just to take it out of the car door. Imagine that you have to go up some stairs, especially in Spain, where Airbnbs almost never have elevators. It's really hard to find one, and carrying a 23-kilo suitcase up is tough. I'd rather carry it on my back quickly. I go up the steps instead of dragging a suitcase like that. The best part is it has wheels, so you can easily roll it. It gives you both options.
And we have it in purple, green, black, and yellow, and then some fabulous colors.
You could take off the handles, store them, and put this little thing here, and you can also carry it like this. But look, you can drag it perfectly like this.
And now we're watching a titanic battle between the suitcases, the suitcase, and Emmanuel.
Another reason to buy our bag. The hard item keeps the suitcase from closing, but the loose one can be pressed down so the suitcase shuts. Look at what I'm telling you. This thing adapts to the space. It's small, I know.
A travel suitcase for two crazy travelers.
The most commonly used mechanism in all of Europe. Ultra secret way to keep the key.
Next to the cat's litter box.
Small victories that one celebrates because you know what life is. Having to open the door again and with hot water, pour it on the windshield.
Oh, I got ice all over myself.
Getting the car out of this place is like driving lessons, a mission, a legend. I don't know if you saw the previous video. If not, I recommend you go watch it because it's a very moving story, the life of Kevin. But also because of the prices he tells us about. I mean, it doesn't make sense how much money people come here to spend. I'll leave that for you to think about. When you finish this video, go watch the previous one. If you haven't done it yet, that tractor that's up ahead. I don't know if you can see that circle it has on the back. Well, it's spreading salt so the snow melts and doesn't turn into a floor of solid ice. Technical stop to refuel and recharge the rented car before returning it. Traveler, you have to be very careful when you rent a car, especially with the gas tank. It just happened to us in Finland that we rented 2 vans and one of them was given to us with half a tank on both trips. I mean, literally both groups did the same thing to us. With the first group, on the first day I took a picture, sent it and all that, but with the second group I forgot. Because Valerie wasn't the one driving the second van, it was one of our travelers, so I was just driving as usual. When I had half a tank left, he said, "I already ran out of gas." I replied, "What? How? I still have half a tank." He said, "Yeah, but it only had half a tank when I got it." Well, the thing is, I filed the complaint, but it didn't go through, probably because I didn't report it on the first day. And they charged me $200 to fill half a tank of the van when it was really about 90 euros. I mean $100. They charged me double. Literally, look, I filed the complaint. I don't know if they're going to give me my money back. Honestly, I tried to escalate the process because I thought it was disrespectful, but actually I returned one of the vans with a full tank and the other with half a tank, just like we received them. But you have to be very careful because if you rented the car full to full, you have to return it, well, full. If they don't give you a full tank and you return it as received, they'll charge you often twice the actual cost to fill it.
The whole trip for 8 days in Courchevel.
Let's see how much gas I used. Obviously, you have to add that to the rental price, so you have an estimate of how much money you'll spend on car rental. And well, gas, but I didn't even use a full tank of gas. I had a little less than a quarter of a tank left.
This adds up and adds up.
But I still have a little left here.
Done.
Once you finish filling it up, you have to insert the card again. It's funny, it's like cash, like tokens. Now that's 85 euros for gas. Let's go. And the rental for 8 days was 136 euros plus 85. That adds up to 242 euros.
I touch you, I touch you, I touch. God bless the engineer who built this 90-story building.
The first time I learn a dance.
You get used to the first world quickly. Really? We have our flight at 12:25. It's 10 in the morning. We have 20 minutes left to get to the car rental agency. Then we have to return the car and they'll take us to the airport, which is about 10 minutes from the agency. Because of course, that's also one of the disadvantages of renting from small agencies. They're not always at the airport. Because that means high rental costs for them. And so they pass that on to the rental price. But they offer free pickup and delivery at the airport.
Well,
Delivery, not drop off, because you're not a product or a meal. It's 10 in the morning. Imagine they drop us off at the airport at 11 in the morning and our flight leaves at 12:25. Are you crazy? Only an hour and 25 minutes before? I've already checked in. I just need to drop off the bags. Well, the baggage check closes 45 minutes before the flight, so that's enough time.
We don't recommend that at some airports.
No, especially if you're taking international flights.
Because there are airports that charge you, for example, Amsterdam.
Yes, but well, here we go, shielded, protected by God, accompanied by the Virgin and our little saints, of course.
By the blood of Christ has power, and if not, I knock. God bless the engineer who built this building. Tiki-riki. The thing is, you also have to think, this is like a domestic flight, even though we're flying from France to Spain. It's within the European Union, so there's no immigration control. They don't check your passport or anything. You just check your bag and go straight to your boarding gate. That's why we relaxed, but normally, at least for a 2-hour flight, if you're leaving from Venezuela, it's 4 hours.
No, if it's in Venezuela, you leave a day before.
Literally,
Sleep at the airport, camp out.
should we set up a glamping? Faster than what? As soon as we arrived, we handed over the car key and now she's taking us. They're going to the airport and it's 10:34 in the morning, right? Now that there's a chance, we're having breakfast. Look, what I'm telling you is it's 7 in the morning. We already checked in our luggage and now we're going to get some coffee, some bread for the little girl since we didn't have breakfast because we were sleeping. And there's still an hour and a half left before the flight. Now there are 45 minutes left to be at the boarding gate. You don't get used to that quickly. The first world, really, look at this thing. The efficiency is crazy. Our flight to Madrid at 12:25 is leaving. There's no gate, it says. Your boarding gate will be displayed at 12:10. 15 minutes before the flight leaves, they'll let us know which gate we have to board at.
I was already surprised about the 15 minutes for the gate assignment, and honestly,
It was delayed by 30 minutes. Normally, they assign the gate 45 minutes before the flight and about 30 minutes before the flight check-in starts. But here, they assign the gate just 15 minutes before. Well, the fact is that we're already boarding our plane to go to Madrid for a technical stop of 24 hours and then continue our journey to Venezuela. Wow. I'm surprised at how small this plane is. Look, the boarding is literally through the airport. The plane isn't even tall enough to connect it to a jet bridge. Look how small the plane is. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps to get on. I feel like I'm on a flight to Canaima. Something like that. Two hours later, we arrived at Madrid airport. It's 3:30 after the delay. In the end, we did get the plane, and in fact, it was like one of those planes that fly to Canaima. The plane had 100 seats, obviously, a little more modern, a little newer, but really small, really small. In fact, when we arrived at the Madrid runway, we also got off on the runway, just to be clear. And a little bus picked us up and took us to the terminal. Now let's see which belt our luggage is on. Leon, 18. Bye. Thanks for saying hi. It's so nice to meet followers out there and to see the good path.
like this, how?
If you look pretty like this, my love, no. When I travel, I'm usually not at my best. And well, if you see us around and want to say hi, don't be shy. No need to be embarrassed. It's just 2 letters and the rest is nothing, you know? Because I've already been corrected that no, pena is 4 letters, not 2, and the rest is nothing, so say hi. This airport is beautiful. Look at the lights. So yeah, this is Terminal 4, which isn't as modern as Terminal 1, but still, it's spectacular. those who watched the video of our journey from Venezuela to Finland, I told you about the smell of the bathrooms, specifically at the Madrid airport, and right now I'm passing by a bathroom and I just caught the smell. I mean, they have a specific air freshener that smells amazing and it really reminds me of the Madrid airport. Before it said Castellón and León, well, let's sit down now because it doesn't look like they're going to come out that quickly. Not even a minute has passed since I turned off the camera and look what's here. Our suitcases are like a little snack to settle our stomachs because we're hungry, really hungry. Are you a fan of protein bars that are sugar-free? Well, this one has 1.2 grams, basically nothing. We decided to stay at the same hotel we've shown you before, which offers free transportation from the airport to the hotel. But it leaves every hour at 45 past and you have to book it on the website. It's quick. In theory, our flight was supposed to arrive at 2:20 and I booked it for 2:45, but it arrived around 3:30. We didn't even get a chance to catch the 3:45 one and we would have had to wait another hour to catch the next free transfer. So, we decided to order a Bolt, which for those who don't know is like Uber, but here in Europe, it's actually made here, specifically in Estonia. In the previous video, and it's cheaper than Uber. It was 20 euros even though the hotel is only 3 kilometers from the airport. 20 euros. How expensive public transportation is getting. Well, not public, actually, taxis, private transportation here in Madrid. And well, there's no other way to get there. Besides, we have a work meeting at 4:30 and we arrived late, so there was nothing we could do. Taxi, but 3 kilometers, I mean literally it's 3 kilometers, 21 euros. We arrived at our hotel room. Madrid de Pana sounds like Malandro. It sounds like saying Madrid in Malandro with a Y and a T. But anyway, we actually like it because it's 90 euros a night, it's 10 minutes from the airport, and it has a completely free shuttle. So it was like we didn't take advantage of it because I had a work meeting that was worth more than those 20 euros I paid for the taxi. Soon there will be some things coming, but if we had a little patience, well, there was transportation every hour. And right now we're going downtown so Niñita can buy some things to meet up with a buddy, eat something delicious, and spend our last night in Madrid before going back to Venezuela. It's really cold, seriously. It's like 5 or 7 degrees, but since I'm not prepared, I just came with a simple little sweater. Cold, cold, cold. In fact, at the time I'm recording this video, yesterday was the snowfall in Madrid. So if you saw on social media that literally everyone was posting about the snowfall in Madrid, well, I'm recording this video the day after. It's crazy. It's been a long time since it snowed in Madrid. I think it was like 3 or 4 years without snow. And then that snowfall hit yesterday. Although before those 3 or 4 years, it had actually been even longer without snow. How beautiful Gran Via is, and it's crazy how it's never empty. It doesn't matter what day you come, it doesn't matter what time you come, literally, it doesn't matter what the weather is like, it's always packed with people. And look who we ran into again, my dear little brother. How's it going? I'm doing well, all good, and we came to have some Korean barbecue, but not just any Korean barbecue, it's a buffet. You pay a single price, that's it, you get unlimited food. We already showed it to you when we came to Finland, but now we're going to show it to you again. Good morning from Mañanita. We woke up at the hotel still a little sleepy. We're heading down for breakfast and then we'll start packing everything up to head back. It's gonna be a long day. If it were a direct flight, that's all we'd need.
But no.
There's still another trip to go, hopefully. Look, I decree it. This is the last time we have to make these long trips. That there will no longer be flight restrictions for our country.
Amen to the Cartagena airport they opened for Venezuelans. 0100.
One literally, not 0100, because we've already been at the regular Cartagena airport and it's simple, but cool, right? But the part they opened for Venezuelans, it's like they opened a room they literally hadn't used in years, and the only thing they have is hot dogs. I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of person who, when it's time to go back home, same clothes. If it's 2, 3, 4 days of travel, same clothes. In this case, it's 2 days of travel. And look, I did take a shower, but same pants, same shirt, and of course, same sweater. What about you? So travelers, are you ready? After 3 intense weeks since we left Venezuela, we say goodbye to Madrid, we say goodbye to the European continent.
It feels like so much more time has passed. I mean, I lived it like it was 2 whole months.
It was intense. On this trip, we noted Finland is very expensive, so to avoid losing money, we'll schedule both groups back to back. Big mistake, because between the day's activities and going out to look for auroras at night, we slept very little. And then literally on the same day that the first group left in the morning, the second group arrived in the afternoon, and that was non-stop. Then we went to France. Obviously, resting doesn't create content, doesn't guide groups and all that, but still, well, it was a real hassle in the snow.
Skiing and resting isn't really resting, it's surviving.
That's your first time, love. Is it better the second time?
I can imagine, and I don't know because I had a mental lapse.
I said at least we're arriving in Caracas today, and if we get there today...
Well, tomorrow at 2:30 at night, so tomorrow?
Let's go.
I mean, if a transatlantic trip is already tough, just imagine it with a useless layover. Truly useless. A few hours in the neighboring country, so close yet so far.
And I know you might be thinking, oh, if they complain, they must have a dream life. They're traveling, but it's exhausting, it's genuinely exhausting, and this is the not so great part of traveling. It doesn't mean we don't love what we do, but we're also not going to hide the reality, which is the exhaustion that comes with traveling.
Totally. I mean, even a little bit. It's not ethical to show a dream life and everything perfect on social media, because in the end, what it does is create more trauma for people who want to have that lifestyle. We have to show them.
Our travelers tell us we're tired, we've done too many things. Is this how you're making the most of your days in Finland?
Exactly.
You don't spend money just to sleep all day in the hotel.
So, well, we have to show you all the beautiful things, because honestly, I wouldn't trade this job and this lifestyle for anything in the world. This is beautiful, but also, as they would say here in Spain, the tough parts, you have to show both sides of the coin. Well, it's never just 2, it's 342, but we try to show you a little bit of each one. Thank you very much. I'm impressed with how fast everything has been. Since we arrived at the airport, we checked in and went through, well, the luggage. Now we still have to take a train that takes us to Terminal 4S and go through and check so we can leave Spain, and that's what I think will take a little longer. That's why it's recommended to come 3 hours early, at least for these international flights. It's only been half an hour since we arrived and we got here exactly 3 hours early, but well, in these 2.5 hours we still have to do that. The passport stamp. Should we look for something to eat? Little girl, last minute nervous shopping?
Right now.
The process for getting your passport stamped is much faster than before. because there are some machines that take your photo and scan your passport, even for non-Europeans, which speeds up the process. I'm surprised because before we used to fight to get into a special line for couples where one is European and the other isn't because there was no line. Whereas for those who were foreigners here in Europe, the lines could be up to an hour long. Today, even though we still went through that special line, there was no line at all. For foreigners, I mean for my wife, in this case Venezuelan, in Spain, a foreigner, and it was super fast. I think they've improved the process of leaving the European Union through Spain a lot. Very fast. A quick stop to eat while we kill some time. How's it going?
I'm very happy about the decision.
Very good. Very
good.
Look, this is the terminal I mentioned. I love the ceiling even more. It's even more spectacular than the one I showed you yesterday. And well, our flight boards directly on the runway with a little bus. We're waiting for them to come pick us up and take us to the plane. They wait a few hours
Until
Cartagena, Colombia, then a few more hours.
how many hours is the layover?
I'm not sure, but I haven't even wanted to find out. The only thing I know is that we arrive in Caracas after midnight. I want to hug Yanita.
I want to sleep in my bed.
I'll hug Yana tomorrow instead.
But I was told that she fell in love at the park. She fell in love with a giant dog.
Obviously, so
I'm going to see if I can get there when my mom takes her out for a walk to see how she acts. Apparently she puts on a show, spins around, and goes crazy.
I'm so excited to see her.
she gets all crazy and not just a little crazy.
In love. In theory.
We shouldn't sleep so we don't get jet lag, but I'm so sleepy, so let's see how it goes.
Let's go.
I'm going back to the warmth. How nice. This is my kind of temperature.
Between 25 and 30, I find it impressive that such a big flight doesn't even have a tunnel for people to get off.
Please.
Well, but when we came on a cruise in December, when we flew from Medellin to Cartagena, we did get off through a tunnel, didn't we? The flight attendants were telling the person in charge at the airport, like, this staircase shakes so much, isn't there even a bigger staircase? And the airport staff was like, well, this is what we have. But it was funny because you also felt like you were swaying from side to side, right? And when we got off, there were like 20 wheelchairs, well, maybe 12 or 13. It's impressive how many people request these special services, isn't it? Something that seems extremely illogical to me, senseless, with no logical explanation. Pardon the redundancy, but we have to get our passports stamped for entry into Colombia, and then right after that, we go to another counter to get the exit stamp. I mean, enter and exit. But they don't even give us our luggage. Our bags go straight from Spain to Caracas. But yeah, here, look, there's the little sign for Caracas. So what they're going to do here is check our carry-on luggage. I mean, put it through a scanner like that and stamp our exit passport. It doesn't make any sense, but that's the reality. Going back to Venezuela, in February 2026, look at this here. We could leave the airport calmly, or well, that's what we think, but all the people coming from the Caracas flight are being guided along this line. Even though the street is right there, I mean, I think we could literally just go there and leave, because in theory, they've already stamped our passport to enter Colombia. But the fact is that this is the fourth person with the Caracas sign, guiding everyone going to Venezuela to continue the process I mentioned. We finish crossing all that, and from there we can't record anymore, and they're going to stamp our passport for leaving Colombia.
And just like that, after an hour, the passport was stamped for entry and exit.
They checked the carry-on luggage.
And we were in the waiting room for another half hour because this layover was an hour and a half. Thank God. So we only have half an hour left before the next flight leaves, before it takes us safe and sound, God willing, to Venezuela.
Almost 1 in the morning.
We're finally landing at Casita. Now there's still a long immigration process, picking up the luggage and driving. Here, wish us luck.
Now, officially welcome to Casita. Welcome to Venezuela. Let's hope the immigration process is quick, that the luggage comes out fast, because it's already 12:48. I hope to be home before 2 in the morning. Do you think that's ambitious or smart? Super ambitious? We need to turn off the cameras and let's learn. Later on, I am pleasantly surprised. Look, it's 1 in the morning, just 12 minutes since we got in line, and we were among the last on the plane. We're in row 23, and that plane went up to 2,829. We were literally the last ones on the plane. And look, the first step of immigration is already done. Now let's see how long the luggage takes, but right? Impressive? I mean, in Colombia it took us more than an hour or almost an hour, and here it was 12 minutes. At 1 in the morning, surprised? It took 35 minutes for the luggage to come out. From the moment we passed immigration, it's 1:35 in the morning. I wonder if my mom is out there now. She really is a hero for wanting to come pick us up at this hour. How wonderful. We're about to go, God willing, heading home in a few minutes. So we don't forget that we live in Venezuela. We arrived and the odd numbered elevator was broken, so we had to take the even numbered one and, well, carry the suitcases down 1 floor first and then go up. I got my workout at 2 in the morning. Look, 2 and 2 and 2, and I can't mention, let's wait 10 seconds so I can say now why 2 and 14, because it's actually 13.
Uh-huh.
Laughing instead of crying, that's one of the things Niñita likes most about coming back home.
But look, wow, these are some really strange fruits.
First time this cactus is over 5 years old.
It's been here since 2021.
And the first time it bloomed was when you gave it to me. It's all in bloom.
But just like that, some little flowers, just like that.
It hadn't bloomed again, and it had never given this fruit in its life. A little peach that I don't think is edible, because otherwise the parents would have already done.
Well, traveler, we're going to end this video here. This long odyssey, the journey to return home.
But it's so nice to come back home, so nice to have a space that feels like your own. I do wish that many things would improve, because honestly, traveling to Venezuela like this is unbearable.
If not fully, at least to reach here.
The warmth. Tomorrow I'll have breakfast with an arepita. How delicious. I hope everyone can experience it soon. Everyone who wants to. Obviously.
Amen. Amen. And it's good that all these changes happening in our country keep happening, keep moving forward. Of course, we can't give much more detail because we live here, but amen that everything gets better and soon. So that everyone here who wants to leave has a more direct way. And everyone who is outside and wants to come back, well, may they find the ways to come visit or to live their life again in their country.
May all the beautiful wishes hopefully start to come true this year.
Amen.
We deserve them.
Amen.
Thank you for making it this far.
See you, I don't know when.
In a future video.
Subscribe.